Yo YouTube, this is your boy Liger,
And Katie.
and we welcome you here on our channel, the Nintendo Duo, and this is our discussion about Pokemon. Now I have Katie's the residential Pokemon fanatic on this channel. I mean, I played the original red and blue version, and yellow, and gold, and silver. I didn't get, it's a Pokemon. To me, it got a little repetitive, and I pulled out of it. Not saying it's a bad game, just it has that thing, that you don't have that je ne sais quoi that pulled me back into it yet. Now, over the years, Pokemon has evolved into many things. X and Y came out last year, which is the last of the version of that game, but Nintendo's been doing something, or should I say Game Freak has been doing something, which is doing rehashes. And they rehashed, did a reversion with, of course, the X and Y engine, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
Even though the first rehash was technically Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yes, no, yeah, but they've been doing that lately, which I like. For people out there who know, for the people who love Pokemon now that never played those games, but play them with better graphics, a better, different engine, and everything, that made it good. So, one of the best-selling games of this on the Nintendo side is Pokemon Omega Red and Sapphire. Again,
Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire. I'm so sorry. And of course, I'll ask Katie, since she played the game, loved the game. First of all, you played Sapphire and Ruby.
Yep. Which was basically my favorite generation.
Why was that?
I don't know. Besides the fact from new Pokemon, new what's it called, region and all that. It had some mechanics that were pretty fun. They introduced contests and stuff like that. Just little things you can make the stuff to help them get better in contests. They had ribbons, secret bases. They just implemented a little bit more things to make it like you're actually like in the world of Pokemon, like you literally have a life there.
Okay, so and then added. What's the difference between then and now? Other than it has the engine of X and Y.
Besides it being like a remake and it has the engines of X and Y and all that, I really love it because one, as I already said, is my favorite generation. Generation 3 is my favorite generation. So once I heard that they're remaking it, like Emerald was my favorite, but it's still the same thing. Once I heard that they were remaking the game, I was like, yes, that was like the greatest. Besides X and Y news, that was like the highest point. The difference is most likely they changed up. They still stuck to the main storyline. They just changed it a tiny bit. The characters, they were still the same, but they had like redesigns to fit the current look and whatnot, because they introduced Mega Stones, which was a mechanic from X and Y. They did that, so they had to change up a little bit of designs, even though some redesigns of the characters were they're really, really like radical to the point where the skin color changed, but I really enjoyed it. Like for Sapphire, Archie and Shelly, which were Magma, Mint, and the other one, Matt, they're all white, stuff like that. But they changed. I didn't realize it, but when I looked at it, they all had dark skin. Shelly's redesign, which I love it so much because I love them all together, but she just looks very she looks very beautiful to me. She's like really, really pretty and stuff like that. And the music, which was like the year of trumpets, because they have a lot of trumpets in that game.
Okay.
The music's pretty awesome. Just the game,
so they just made a good evolution on the game.
Yeah, it was like a beautiful the graphics.
And also, don't forget to add Delta to the story element. They added Delta episode, right?
Yeah, they literally added more of a story to the whole Rayquaza Deoxys type saga type thing, which was like, it's like you already know what happens, but it's like they just added a little bit more.
Fleshed it out a little bit.
Yeah, fleshed it out.
And you know what? And it's free. It wasn't even DLC. It was free.
It was just connected to
Yeah.
the whole thing, like it had in the previous games.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Again, next thing when you buy Nintendo games, you get content for your money. You get the value for your money.
yep.
So you have the story, the difference between those right there. What about I've heard about this the difference in the Pokédex. So you have the Nav Dex.
Yeah, like from Pokemon from beginning to there, they always updating the Pokédex because it has like 600 something Pokemon right now. So it's like, okay, you have the main thing to the story, but after you beat the league or whatnot, then they upgrade it to the national dex, which is like everything in like the order, the numerical order.
Yes.
I really, when I play Pokemon games, I like looking at the Pokédexes because they always change in design. Like for this game right now, it was the design of the Game Boy Advance, which the original games came out on. And it was like, this is great. It's like it brings back more nostalgia because it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a GBA, but it also had more like a little bit more information because you can look at the cry, weights and whatnot. But it's like it has the 3D model, which was more refined from X and Y.
Yes.
Where you can like literally turn it all around, see all the details, zoom in and out. View the cry. The second screen, you can see where it came from and all of that. That was my favorite part, looking at the Pokédex, and you can just keep on looking at the Pokemon icon, choose what you want. It's like great. And that was another mechanic that they introduced to the game where you can, like, for the whole second screen type thing, where you can use that as a scanner to like find trainers or secret bases, or at least look for Pokemon, like rare Pokemon, rare moves or whatnot. So it's
and also it doesn't have a spot where like you could see their tail in the grass. Or, like,
that's the mechanic I was trying. Like they have the area nav where you can. That explains why when you slow down on the stick, you can creep, sneak on them. Once you see the tail, that's like, okay, here's gonna be like a rarish type Pokemon, which like a move that wouldn't really know or something like that. So you have to like creep, and then once you keep on doing that, the level on your searching will go up, so you can at least eventually find shinies and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like all of this stuff. That's like, I cried when I got the game. I cried when I heard about it. I cried when I got it. I was like,
you know what? And this is I would say Nintendo. If you're gonna back in the GameCube days, 'cause I don't see this. I didn't see this for the Wii, and I couldn't miss it if you did. But back in the GameCube days, you had Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. You showed us what Smash could and the thing about it, Smash could very well integrate into the Wii U very nicely, because we saw that you could use it as a controller, you could upload your data, and you could see the game play on your 3DS as well through the game with Smash. Game Freak, Nintendo. You know what? We already know what you guys said that you would never put on a console a Pokemon for certain reasons. Okay, it's cool, but here's you guys you have to do a what do you call it? A Pokemon Stadium, and just use your 3D as your portal, and give a little light story. You don't gotta be super story, but give a light story, and you could take the Pokemon you have from your Pokebank, right?
yeah.
And then from your game, and to see those in HD graphics and played out like that, I think would be a great game. I would think you'll buy it since you're the Pokemon freak.
Yep.
But that's here nor there. That's what we thought about. So you basically, it looks like you just love the remake.
Of course. It's my favorite generation, Travis.
Anyway, that's pretty cool right there.
Can't wait for the rest remakes and the new Pokemon games if you're gonna come out with them.
How about Poketech?
I need to see more information on that. Really, it seems like a great idea, and I would look into it, but I need more of a more information before I completely confirm.
Okay, no problem with that. No problem with that. So you recommend? So like I said, for people out there who love Pokemon, and of course, was it too much water?
Don't get on me with that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and also you guys forgot about you could. It's I love and hate this kind of stuff. I'm not, because I didn't play the game, but I know from playing RPGs and stuff. I hate it when they wait till almost like the last quarter of the game to give you something to fly around to make traveling easy. Kind of don't, I've seen it in a ton of RPGs.
Yeah, it's just a thing, like, for Pokemon. It's like when you reach a certain gym, it's not like they wait till the end, it's just like you reach a certain part, because without the badge, you can't really use it out of the way, but after, it's like, for flying is normal, but they did wait a little bit closer to the end to give you, like, the other new mechanic, which is, like, soaring, where you can, like, literally fly on a Latios or Latias over the whole map and see just every detail, get there faster. You can land on routes which you can't do for flying because you just go to towns, and you can also catch legendary Pokemon this way easier. So it's like, instead of running through the grass and all of that, it's just like, okay, if you meet these certain qualities, you can just do it. Just besides the Pokemon that are like native to the game itself, like you still have to do those, like catch them in the wild, but after that, it's like, the other Pokemon from the other games, legendaries, they have a specific,
Got you. Well, there you go. That's our discussion about Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Next game for the 3DS, you guys gotta pick up. Like I said, I think if you're a Pokemon freak like Katie, you're gonna pick this game up. But that's our take on it. And hopefully, you know what? They have not announced nothing for next year, for 2015. I say give it a break just for now. Let it relax a little bit, and then 2016 come back with something. Cause it's been the last 4 years. It's been game remake. I know. I'm just saying it's gonna burn out certain people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't want people who love the game get burned out of it. Cause like me, I love Call of Duty. But I got burned out on it. And sports games, I love sports games. I get burned out on it. I just couldn't take it. So I don't want somebody who loves the game get burned out on it at all. So anyway, that is our discussion on the Pokemon game for 2014. And of course, like as usual, there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect for me is not perfect to you. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. Simply just play games.